Hello, peeps. What is up? This is HazardofChaos here. As you already know me, I'm the chaotic researcher, the sarcastic bastard himself, Hazard. I'll introduce y'all in a little bit here. We got basically our friend Sting.
Hi.
We got my Discord daughter, Tama.
Hello.
And we got the fighting maniac himself, Gory. He's in a good mood and with good reason. We're reviewing. This is a series that has become one of my favorites in a very short time, and I just discovered it by complete accident. The Misfit of Demon King Academy. And the best way I could describe this, what happens when you have Demon Kings in general? We've all had our Demon Kings. We have the psychotic ones. We've had our just plain violent ones. We've had the surprisingly goofy ones. But what happens when we have a Demon King that's just complete and utter Chad, just by existing?
Giga Chad.
But this one we're about to talk about is a completely different breed of Demon King. He's very different in many respects. So I'm going to fucking say this man flexes as hard as Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. And I'm going to be honest with you, fair warning ahead. If you have not watched this series, Misfit of Demon King Academy, you will be spoiled. So this is a big ass spoiler warning. But if you don't care, that's on you. Like legit, y'all been warned.
We're gonna name you Anos Voldicode.
Did he just talk?
You would think that he just looks like, a typical shonen protagonist. Looks a little bit harmless, right? What if I told you he was known as the Demon King of Tyranny in a past life? And by that, I mean a Demon King that will fuck you up if you piss him off.
Yep.
Like, okay, let me ask y'all real quick. What was your first impressions just looking at Anos for the very first time? Before you even, go into watching a full episode?
Intimidating.
Really?
He had that calm, sophisticated look, but also he has that serious look to him.
Fair.
He
Tama?
kind of reminds me of the Naruto version of Sasuke.
Fair enough.
I thought he was a normal guy. I thought he was normal until I saw his eyes. It's like, oh, never mind, he's not normal. Normal people don't look like that.
Well, you never know. Contacts and all that shit. Gory, your thoughts when you first saw Anos Voldicode?
Coward, someone who I can fight alongside to my heart's content, and swag and charisma for days.
Didn't I tell you? I'm pretty strong.
That is fair. That is completely fair. That is completely understandably fair. So, I'm gonna be honest, my first impression, this dude looks, kind of like, he looks kind of chill. And I ended up being mostly right. But there's a reason why this man is called the Demon King of Tyranny. And by tyranny, I mean this man is tyrannical. If you ever got on his bad side, you're just plain fucked.
Good morning, everyone. I trust you're all well. Starting today, I will be taking charge of this class.
But I'm not just talking about Anos here. We're talking about this entire series here. So don't be surprised if this becomes a roast session or something along those lines, at least partway through, because there's some characters in here we really don't fucking care for.
And partial simping.
Yeah, we got the simp warning as well. And we also got the roast warning as well. There you go.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
I want to severely roast. Oh, literally and physically.
Not to mention a certain someone's soul I wish to claim and harvest.
We'll see about that. But in any case...
Do you want that in your collection?
Well, if it's a torment, possibly, but let's get started. So we start off with Anos basically coming to the Demon King Academy. Now, yes, this is an actual academy meant to train Demon Kings in the making. Anyway, going on with that. So we're gonna skip ahead to the fight with this fucking idiot, Zeppis. Fuck this guy, for the record, because he's already talking shit. The moment the Anos is just walking up the path.
I didn't know the Demon King Academy was a playground for kids now.
Are you fucking serious? You gonna talk shit about somebody when you don't even know their skills?
You dumbass.
I'm sorry, but if there's one thing I learned in my time, if there's
Yep.
one thing you do not do, is underestimate someone, because you know that they're gonna fuck your shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So, basically put, they're taking their entrance exams, and I'm gonna be honest, Anos, oh god, I almost feel sorry for this dude because of what happens next.
I feel sorry for that bastard.
I said
Nobody cares for him.
almost. I said almost.
It almost. He said almost.
Because this motherfucker already wants to smoke. He said he's gonna burn him and his new friend, who is a very quiet girl named Misha. She just mind her fucking business. So this idiot Zeppis basically makes a mistake of insulting Anos and Misha, saying he's gonna burn them alive for ignoring him. And Anos says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Your flame is trash, and you's a bitch."
My bad. Your magical power was so feeble, I missed it.
That's basically it.
And of course, one thing leads to another. It's an exam fight. So he says, Zeppis is talking a lot of shit because he's got anti-demon armor. I'm like, really? You gonna talk shit? You're the one wearing armor?
Oh, right. Like that piece of shit of an armor is going to help you against anything. Not when it comes to this charisma aura of Anos.
No, he assumed that all Anos had was compulsion magic or some shit like that. But no. Anos says, you know.
Honestly, you and I shouldn't be facing off against each other in the first place.
Zeppis tries to cut his head off with a fucking burning sword, only he blew that shit out.
You what?
This man blew out a fucking sword of hellfire.
Like it was a candle.
That's embarrassing and hilarious at the same time.
Like, aw, how cute. You tried to cut me with that little candlestick you call a sword.
Said that sword's a fake. I'm like, damn.
Your sword is fake.
Well,
Hey, come
this is just
on.
a
You
no.
call that a fire sword?
No.
I've seen
It gets
much
worse.
better
It actually
swords
gets
than
worse. Anos makes a bet saying,
I won't move a step from this spot. I won't use magic, nor infuse my words or breath with power.
Yep.
But he also attacked him first with only his heartbeat.
that makes it even more embarrassing. This man literally fucked him up just by using his heartbeat. Can you imagine how utterly obscene this is? He literally fucked this dude up and severely injured him using his heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, this man is a fucking savage.
He really said, I'm gonna put your ass apart.
Well, hey, look at it this way. Talk about my heart will go on.
Oh my god, I hate you for that. Jesus
You're welcome,
Christ.
You're welcome. I'm here till Thursday.
Shit. But yeah, to make matters, well, I would say more hilarious, because fuck it, why not? This man basically decides, you know what? I'm about to ruin this man's career.
Killed me.
Oops.
Guess again.
Bingo.
I'm of royal birth.
By the way, there's an intriguing philosophy behind the Ingle spell. Is a human who's been resurrected the same? Or maybe they have the exact same personality. Your thoughts on the matter?
Yep, and the worst part is, we kept track of this shit. This man literally killed his opponent 7 times and revived his ass as many times. Fuck the Dragon Balls, just get this dude.
The finger snap, the Anos finger snap. No, we should call that the Anos Hakai.
That's pretty much what he did. You can't even he didn't even need a Hakai to end this dude. Just snap.
Nope.
And this is just the first
He
episode.
bounced after that.
This is just the first episode.
Oh, the first episode.
7
But yeah,
times. He should
And I
have
definitely like
gone for 10.
when he used the reviving, he's like, this is the 3-second rule.
Ah! Jesus Christ.
It's like, is this the 5-second rule for dropping food?
I don't know anymore. After all the exam tests are done, he introduces Misha to his parents. Now that's a little bit forward, don't you think, my guy? Introducing a girl you just met to your parents? But of
It
course,
did not help.
Bells.
It did not help that they immediately assumed that she was his girlfriend.
Oops.
Exactly.
Wife.
Oops. And apparently, his parents are accusing him of being a smooth criminal. Oops.
Mhm.
You've been hit back.
God damn it. But no, it doesn't. It unfortunately does not end there. Later on, after all that, because basically Honest is explaining to everything about the circumstances of birth. This man was literally almost stillborn because unfortunately his mama was having complications while she was pregnant. By pure chance, this man survived not only the pregnancy, but also literally aged up to his current age in only a month because of his ridiculous amount of power. Here's what happens. On his way back, he's escorting Misha back home, and next thing you know, Zeppis got some help like a bitch. He called in his older brother to fucking, clean up his fucking mess. Cause, Zeppis being a bitch.
Being a whiny ass.
Oh, but here's the problem. He didn't expect his brother to fucking end his sorry ass. Oops.
Yeah, you literally burned him alive.
Yeah, and then
Yep.
Anna said, you know what? I'm about to teach you a painful lesson about what happens when you do, about, not respecting family.
And they end up dying together.
Yeah, except then Anos revived them, protected them and Misha, and obliterated the entire demonic castle that was summoned to trap him. All in less than 2 seconds.
Yep.
This is just pure flex at this point. Bullshit! He wasn't even trying. And that was just the first episode, y'all. And the thing he says that completely rocks their shit.
Master has returned to you. I am the true Demon King of Tyranny.
This is just the first episode. What the fuck?
Always it gets
If
better.
if someone said that, I'd be like, it has begun.
Oh yeah, and some shit to note with this, point blank. I'm not gonna go through all the episodes because that would take way too fucking long, but I'm gonna go through the ones that are actually of note. So next, stories of those classes, and we got this bitch Sasha trying to pull up on him and trying to flex. She fails.
Yep.
You change your mind?
You and I are gonna duel.
And what if you win?
Then you will belong to me.
Yep.
But he ended up
talked-
flexing back by throwing her castle with one finger.
Literally, he made that castle spin like a fucking Beyblade. Yeah, Beyblade,
Yep.
let it rip.
He spun that shit like a
Just
basketball.
like what the basketball players do with one finger.
You mean like the Harlem Globetrotters?
Yes.
Yep.
My God, that was embarrassing. And here's the thing: this whole shit started because Sasha bet that she would whoop his ass in a class exercise. Yeah, Sasha, where's all that proud talk now? Oh wait, he whooped your ass.
Emotional damage.
Apparently, because Sasha lost as in terms of her bet, she also works under Anna.
Gotcha, bitch.
Haha! Sucks for you, bitch.
And to make it worse, he didn't even need anyone on his team. He literally took them out all by himself.
The thing was, here's the thing. He didn't even do it because he wanted to be superior. That's the scary part. This man did it purely for Misha's sake. Because, as it turns out, Sasha and Misha are twin sisters. But due to some weird circumstances, due to some really stupid circumstances, Misha was treated like shit by her family.
Basically the black sheep.
Yeah. And the thing is, you look at Misha, what do you see?
Sweet, innocent little girl that I want to hug and hold.
Baby.
And yet, most of the demon clans treat her like shit. But yeah, here's where it gets messed up. So apparently, one of Anos's generals, Ivis, went and basically split Sasha into 2 souls before she was born. That's how come. So Misha is technically one part of Sasha's soul.
Yep.
It gets a little weird from there, but because of this, Misha she's basically lived her life alone for the most part. So, and because of this, Sasha basically she tried to come off as treating Misha like shit, but she failed. She's terrible at hiding how she really feels. Apparently,
Her eyes give it away.
Exactly, and they don't say the eyes windows to the soul, some shit like that.
In this case, it does.
Yeah, and then later on in the day, Anos introduces Sasha to his parents, and of course, assumption number 2, Anos brought home a second bride. This time he's fucking twins.
Okay. By the way, Mom, I also brought some company with me.
How do you do? I'm Sasha Necron.
He has yet another concubine to his collection.
Oh my god.
Bride number 2!
What's that? Another one?
You've been hit by a smooth criminal.
But moving on from that. So basically, Sasha, in a roundabout way, here's the thing. She tries to sacrifice herself to keep Misha's existence intact. That backfired.
But Misha wouldn't allow it anyway.
But here's where it gets interesting. Anos has to basically take them through time to save both their existences. So he literally fucks with the laws of time to save these girls' from existence.
In other words, he fucked with the space-time continuum.
He pulled a deal for good reason.
Dio just only freezes time. Anos literally went back in time, 15 years. He fused their past selves with their baby selves, so that they would not only preserve their existence, but at the same time, they both would exist in a new timeline. So technically, he rewrote time to his advantage. Of course, the God of Time wasn't going to let him have that, because next thing you know, Ivis pulls up on him with the God of Time backing him up, saying he's going to kill Anos. And he shanks Anos a few times. Too bad it doesn't work. It's not guaranteed.
It does not.
So yeah, fuck him with time. We can add that to his list of flexes.
How many times people have wanted to fuck Anos over and have failed?
Oh, here's where it gets interesting. No surprise here. This is where a certain character gets on our nerves very slowly.
Oh.
Slowly, mind you. Okay, so the teacher. So yeah, Anos' teacher.
If you fail, you'll apologize for your disrespect and drop out of this school.
Okay, I don't have to go into his backstory in this one. So 2,000 years ago, this man sacrificed his life in order to put an end to the war between humans, demons, gods, and spirits. And he did this with the help of the legendary hero of that time. So basically, because of somewhere along the way, some idiot fucked up, and next thing you know, there's this whole bullshit prejudice between the royals, who are the pure-blooded demons, like people with only demon ancestry, and then you got all these people who were born from mixed blood unions, and of course the mixed blood, and of course the hybrids, as they call it, are basically treated like shit. I mean, there's no nice way to put it. They're just being treated like garbage just because of birth circumstances. They can't help for shit. We ever heard this before?
Our time.
But yeah, it gets pretty bad from here. So Amelia is one of the royals, so to speak. So she's trying to fuck over Anos because he's a mixed breed, as she puts it. Yep. And of course, around the same time, she tries to sabotage Anos by having a valuable, rare artifact stolen after Anos' team turned it in for perfect score.
Unfortunately, someone seems to have stolen it before we were able to have it appraised.
You're only getting a 70. Like, bitch! But no. Anos steps in, says,
all we have to do is smoke out the culprit, right?
Right? Not even 10 seconds later, yoink! He pulled it out of the dude that was hiding it on him.
And the thing is, he instantly knew the teacher told him to steal it.
Yep, because here's the only evidence of this.
When you tell someone to steal something, make sure they can pull it off.
The disrespect this man generated. But let's see. Oh, right. We have a new student, Lay Glanzedly. I have a hard time pronouncing this man's name. I'm sorry. But not only that, but Anos finds out he has a fan club. Oh dear God.
The Simp fan club.
Yeah, and of course, one thing is
we don't need a whole lot of those.
yeah, and point blank, Anos basically not only meets his fan club, but he basically gives them a challenge. If they can do well enough to impress him, he might consider letting them join his squad.
More like a fan club that wants his seat inside him.
Oh God, Gory!
I'm not surprised. But anyway, here's where it gets ridiculous. While Sasha and Misha are holding off the fan club with terrifying ease by themselves, Anos is literally fighting Lei with a tree branch. This man held off a magic sword armed man with a tree branch.
He said, I don't need a sword, I'm gonna use a tree branch to fight you. You're not worth
And
it.
the worst part was, Anos was only keeping half his attention on the fight because Sasha was communicating with him. The devastation these two fighters caused with just a tree branch and a blunted sword.
Come on, Anos! What the heck are you doing? The whole mountain got blown away!
You wiped out a mountain with a tree branch. Motherfucker! What the hell?
Yor did.
And of course, because of this shit, Anos and Lei both get invited to the Magic Sword Tournament. You'll see more about that in a second. But on top of that, one of the Demon Generals meets up with Anos. Basically, he's one of them possible trapped by the Royalists, of course. And of course, there's a little bit of a side note with Anos going on a date with Misha. Yes, that was confirmed. So apparently, Anos and Misha went on a date. I don't remember what motivated this. And of course, Anos was originally going. Here's the thing: Anos finds out at some point, very early on, that apparently there's someone masquerading as the true Demon King, someone who calls himself Avos del Hevia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but basically a fake. Yeah. It was a false Demon King, basically. And because of this, Anos was concerned that somebody's trying to fuck him over. But then I'm like, wait, what the fuck am I doing? When he hears his mom and dad encouraging him at the tournament, it's like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I hiding like a bitch? You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna compete and I'm gonna whoop some ass.
My Anos can become the Demon Lord! My Anos is powerful, good-looking, and a truly amazing boy!
I'm gonna be honest, his dad's a real one. Wanna know why I say this? Simple. This man literally climbed up a cliff to get the metals he needed to help make his son's sword. At the risk of severe injury, by the way.
A cliff. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. If you win, it'll mean that even hybrids can be demon lords. Now, get going.
Jesus.
But yeah, Anos and Lei compete, and well, let's be fair, the first round, he's up against Amelia's brother.
I was beginning to think you'd run away.
My apologies. Please allow me to atone for wasting your time by dispatching you within a minute.
Oh,
we timed it. It was actually on the dot a minute.
We timed it. This man literally fucking destroyed him in a minute.
And he was true to his word.
Not only that, but he spent most of that fight just dodging and weaving.
Weave.
He's just, and while his fangirls are singing in the background too.
Yep.
It's like, and of course, and next thing you know, Ano says, you know what, time to end this. He literally does several non-lethal sword strikes that leaves this man on the ground, ass tooted up and bleeding.
Like a
in a style not too different from Dio's Mura bullshit.
And this pissed off Amelia greatly.
Anos Voldigoat!
Oh yeah.
Oh, can't leave out his bastard opponent decided to rip off Avatar.
Yep. Yeah, he did, but to be fair, it was through a sword, not through actual water bending. But yeah, not only that. So later on the day, while Honest is out running errands, his mom decides, you know what? She just volunteers to carry the sword for him because she's just trying to help her baby boy any way she can.
Yeah.
Precious
I mean,
puppy.
you know what?
Just
Fuck it. And the fangirls agree to escort her, which shouldn't be a bad thing in this case, because it's just carrying a sword around and all that shit. One problem. Later that night, Amelia shows up. Oh no, this
Amelia
thing,
the
bitch.
Thought has to stick her nose in Anos's business.
Oh no, the reason for it is actually pretty obvious. She's trying to sabotage Anos as revenge for her brother getting his ass whooped.
Yep.
He deserves it though. Let us get his ass whooped.
Ms. Amelia?
You leave me no choice. I'll just have to destroy you along with the sword.
The thing was, for what little we got from Amelia's brother, he's just as stuck up as she is. And the fact that he's basically, he's not only one of the royalists, it doesn't help his case that he was the defending champion for the Magic Sword tournament. He got his ass beat!
Yep.
So, yeah. Basically put, the fangirls get fucked up trying to keep Isabel from getting attacked by Amelia, because, let's be fair, Amelia wants to steal the sword to keep Anos from competing any further. Isabella gets her leg fucked up while the girls get, literally blasted to death.
Yeah, I wanted to beat that woman right then and there.
Yeah, for attacking Isabella, who, let's be fair, she's a precious cinnamon roll, for fuck's sake.
She is.
She attacked my puppy and I wasn't happy.
As you guys couldn't tell at this point, Tama basically has a thing for Anos' mom as well.
Yes, she's my puppy.
Where Anos shows up right at the last second, saving Isabel from certain death. This is the one time ever in his entire lifetime, past and current, that Anos has ever actually got legitimately pissed the fuck off. Amelia found this out the hard way.
Yes, she did.
After healing his mom and reviving the fangirls, Anos is like...
Revenge, though.
Yeah, here's the thing. When Anos was so pissed, he literally said,
Amelia, I'm pretty easygoing, but I never thought I'd get so consumed by rage that I would do anything foolish.
Like, oh shit.
It's about to go down.
It's like, well, you did.
You fucked up.
Yeah, and that's essentially a crime against nature, apparently, according to pretty much everyone who likes Isabel as a character. So,
Isabel is a sweetheart, and she's like a mother figure. So, yeah, of course I'm gonna be upset.
She's precious and must be protected.
Like I said, after reviving the fangirls and healing his mom, Anos gets revenge on Amelia the most brutal and effective way imaginable. He destroyed and revived her as the one thing she hates. A hybrid.
You what?
So this man fucks with the laws of time, time of space. He's fucking with the laws of life and death. The Grim Reaper don't want to touch his sorry ass.
It's like, It's like, no, you can keep him. I'm not touching him.
She was literally revived. She wasn't even revived. She was reincarnated as a literal hybrid race. Just to fuck with her. Saying, now maybe you'll look at things from a different fucking perspective. Bye, bitch.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Wow, aren't you a great teacher? Who the hell do you think you are trying to kill my mom?
I did nothing wrong, filthy hybrid.
Shut the fuck up. There you go, Mom. And since your fangirls are actually useful, Mom, make sure these hoes get home safe. Now about you, you evil bitch.
How dare you?
You dumb bitch. You done pissed me off.
Forgive me.
I beg your pardon?
I didn't know you were like that.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well, I think it's high time I punish your sorry ass. You said you wanted my sword, right?
No, please.
Well, here's a taste of it. It's what you wanted, right?
That's not the sword I wanted. I wanted the other Oh wait.
You what?
What the fuck? It's time to kill you now.
No, wait, please.
Awesome. 1 minute later.
Welcome back, Amelia. Enjoyed your nap.
What did the fuck did you do to me? And why am I naked?
Oh, nothing. Just gave you a whole ass reincarnation. I mean makeover. So what do you think?
When I wanted you to rearrange my guts with your sword, this isn't what I had in mind.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
I'm a filthy fucking hybrid!
And your point is, this is a consequence of your bullshit, bitch.
Bye.
No! Come back! At least give me some fucking clothes!
Gotcha, bitch.
Emotional damage.
Hiya, bitch.
If I may tag, and I just have this one thing. Amelia, you've knocked on the door. But standing behind that door stands the Reaper.
And
You
that
don't
reminds
go
me.
calling him the Reaper.
Yeah, she became my new favorite punching bag.
Well,
what is
speaking
it,
of
Dad? What is it?
punching bags, I almost forgot to mention, I made a little punching bag. I made a little punching bag picture of Amelia's bitch ass herself.
That reminds me, I need to order a new one. I kind of burned mine again.
Why am I not surprised?
Hazard, not gonna lie, I may have stolen Balrog's fruit on that punching bag. Whoops.
But yeah.
Impulsively this one.
I'm gonna be honest with all of y'all. I thought Amelia was hot, but then once I learned she was a goddamn racist, it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm turned off now.
I don't blame you.
No racist is hot. You should know that.
No, there's the thing. We didn't know that she was we didn't know she was one until she opened her mouth.
Yep. She was hot, and then she opened her mouth, and I was like, oh.
Nah.
Well, never
Nah,
mind.
at that point, bitch, go to the Shadow Realm. That's all I gotta say.
Shadow Realm.
I could tell because her aura reeked of racism.
Nah, she reeked of arrogant bitch. So while Amelia's essentially been taken care of. Oh wait, that reminds me. Before I forget, the sad part is Anos laid one worse on Amelia. He also. Oh, this is cruel.
She cannot kill herself.
She can't die by normal means. He gave her an immortality curse to boot.
Yep.
She's been cursed with immortality. She can never die.
Not by normal means. But here's where it gets worse, Scory. He manipulated her reincarnation cycle so that no matter how, even if she does eventually die, here's the sad part. She'll always come back as a hybrid. The thing she hates the most.
She will never go back to royal class ever again.
She'll never be a pureblood. He effectively ruined her, not just her life, he ruined her fucking existence.
As her more fun for me, I could just kill her over again and again and again.
She can't die by normal means, to be fair. We did point that out.
Which means more fun for me.
And if she does, she'll always reincarnate as something she hates. Again, he didn't fuck her life up. He fucked her existence up. Not just her life, her very existence. Even if she goes through the reincarnation cycle in another universe, she will never revive as what she wants to be ever again. That is messed up on another level. This man gives no fucks. But we need to move on from this. Back to Magic Sword Tournament. So here's the problem. Turns out Lei basically he's being blackmailed. Pretty much. Because his mom is very sick with a disease. A very rare disease at that. And the only way that she can survive is through special treatments. And the royals took advantage of this because they found out how skilled he is. They want him to kill Anos. Because this goes back to the whole pure blood versus hybrid bullshit again, and here's why.
And they basically blackmailed him with his own mother.
Not just that, but they also put him under a contract. If he attempted to break the contract, he would have his very soul erased.
Yep. Thing is, they're using his own mom as well.
As leverage.
Yeah. because she has an unknown spirit disease.
It doesn't end there, unfortunately. Basically put, Lei was also put under this not only because for his mom's sake, but also because again, here's the thing that this goes back to again to the racism of the demon clans. The problem is, and this was actually hinted very heavily in episode 1. The reason why this was such an issue is because anyone who is a hybrid with a substantial amount of power over a royal, they're usually murdered in secret. In other words, to keep the hybrids from, having hope that someone could actually beat a royal. It's disgusting, to say the least.
Here at Delzagate, hybrids can't beat royalty even if they have a little power. Why do you think that is?
I was pissed. Beyond pissed.
It's a whole lot of bullshit I don't want to get into, honestly.
Why does that remind me of
Everything about those royal...
nowadays? Why does that remind me of today's...
Well, it depends on... Well, it depends, honestly.
Yeah, but in some cultures that's still a thing, and it's heavily implied depending on what company.
Yeah, I don't want to get too political on this shit, but...
I know. I'm just saying it kind of applies to
but everything about those royalist bastards just makes me go Satsui no Hado at will.
I don't fault you. But we still got a fair amount to cover, so... Okay, so point blank, it's revealed eventually through the final round where Anos is put under a very heavy restriction. He is forced to fight Lei with his magic power being constantly drained, while Lei is basically, is essentially not even under a handicap. Again, more bullshit by the royals, but as it turns out, Melhaze was basically responsible for it, but not willingly, mind you. In fact, Melhaze is actually against the whole, racist bullshit among the demon clans. This was a real shocker for apparently some of y'all who watched this with me at the time. Lei went and shanked himself to break the contract.
Yep.
In order to say, and not only that, but also to make sure in an attempt to save his mother and Anos in the process. And to a degree it works, but then next the fight progresses, and it's going more or less back and forth because, again, Anos is under a handicap. But here's where it gets messed up. They get dragged into a dimensional prison after Lei basically suffers a severe injury. And then Melhaze reveals himself to be, the guy behind this shit. But then Lei finds his mother is being held hostage. Literally in this case. So Anos helps him get to his mom at the risk of, nearly getting himself killed. And Melhaze reveals that Anos can't, here's the thing. It wasn't 10%, as you said earlier, it was actually less than 10%. Anos had access to less than 10% of his full power from his past life.
And that's what's scary.
And remember, he's done all this shit to date with less than 10%. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So Melhaze basically has this plan to essentially kill Anos again, because as has been revealed again, this is a guy who literally reincarnated for 2,000 years in the past, and of course the 200 demon emperors are involved. Now here's where it gets interesting. Melhaze was actually, unlike the other demon lords who were, I guess you want to say they were fused with someone else's source, as they put it, or basically source of existence. It's a long story that I won't get into, but Lei ends up saving his mother, who thankfully turns into a spirit, who thankfully saves his life in the process. She literally sacrificed herself to save Lei.
You can stand up, can't you, Lei? After all, you're the strong son that I raised, aren't you?
As you wish.
Mm-hmm.
She literally
I give his mom's props on that one.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest weapon, a mother's love.
Literally in this case, as Lei ends up helping stop Melhaze.
But it turned out he was actually under someone else's control at the time.
Pretty much. Again, the source of obligation. Meantime, here's here's something from the past that's going to be very important. This dude named Jurga tries to kill Anos because of, he blames Anos for the death of his wife and kid, basically.
Jurga the jerk off.
Yeah, we'll hear more about him in a second. But not only that, but the reason this is important is because this ties into the next big mystery. But before we go into that, let's point out another flex by Anos. Despite being drained of nearly all of his magic power, or at least more than half of it, he still managed to set up multiple barriers, counter Melhaze's bullshit, save Lei and his mom, and at the same time kill 2 demon emperors and basically beat the brakes off of another one. And the sad part is, Melhaze pointed out that, again, as you said, usually anyone who reincarnates only gets like roughly 10% of their original power, regardless of their skills. Thing is, Anos is an exception to this rule, sort of. Keyword being sort of, because apparently this man somehow, the closer he gets to death, the more power he regains. Oops.
Which means,
in other words, he gets a power boost.
Yeah, and even then, at that point, I actually noticed this rewatching the episode. Melhaze points out that even then, you still haven't regained all your power yet? I'm like, oh shit. We missed that one. But now, going back to the current issue, now, here's an interesting one. The Hero Academy. You'll see why this is important in a second. This is why I said Jerker is going to be important, because he ties into this. So, 2,000 years before, we have Jerga, but we also have his apprentice, who is known as the legendary hero Canon. Again, very important because this ties into the Hero Academy. So, Anos' crew, along with the third-year class, pull up to the Hero Academy. Anos goes ahead with some of his teammates, saying he's going to do some investigation on something. So, here's where it gets interesting. They meet this girl named Eleanor. And I'm going to say this real quick. What's your first impression of Eleanor, like, the moment you see her?
Which one was Eleanor again?
She was the one, she was the student that greets him at the gate.
Oh. At first, I liked her.
Now, keep in mind that she's basically a sweet girl at heart, for the record. She's just trying to be helpful. She's one of the third-year students, surprisingly enough. But here's what gets interesting. She's also one of the hero class students. But we'll go on to that in a second. Back to Eleanor, back to the whole mystery. So apparently, history is written completely differently from what Anos remembered, even partially, in the Hero Academy's case, because apparently they're saying that Kanon was the one who made the sacrifice, and he simply killed Anos, the original Demon King. I'm sorry, not Anos, Avos Delhevia, apparently. I'm not gonna get mispronouncing that. Well, before we go into that, I gotta point out another flex by Anos real quick. This man literally blinked out a holy magic attack with just a fucking blink.
Got it? I'm about to blow your mind!
What happens if I blink?
You're a dumbass.
This man literally countered an attack being aimed at him with just blinking. What in the fuck? Ladies and gentlemen, the sheer amount of saying this is generated alone. Your thoughts? Because I ain't got nothing.
My thoughts is, see, fellas, that's the kind of swag you want.
Shit.
Maybe, but at the same time, no.
Tama, what about you?
The literal embodiment of a noble show-off. Because he's not doing it to be an ass. He's doing it to, like...
He says, what the hell happened? I blinked. Was I not supposed to do that? I'm like, I'm done. I was like, nope. I walked away for like a good 10 minutes, like, nope, I'm done.
It's like, what, am I not allowed to blink now?
There
Is that
were
illegal?
a couple that were arrogant bricks.
Oh, that's what I was about to get into next. Then there was a demonstration by the students. So here's the thing. One of the hero students was demonstrating how to make a, magic sword, basically, and all that good shit. The hero student, this kid named Revis, I don't know how to pronounce his name, sorry. Oh, Revis.
The ones that say they're
I'm gonna be
hero reincarnations.
No. Revis is one of the Demon King students. Basically, he's trying to demonstrate how to make a rat into a demon rat. But here's the problem: it wasn't working. But wait, it's like no. But wait a second. I see what you did here. You made an invisible barrier. You's a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to sabotage your students, talking a lot of shit, but they're the ones sabotaging people. Yeah. Then there was another demonstration. There was another exam.
More like they're cheaters.
Pretty much. And it gets worse. During an exam, the students cheated again. Because the demons were doing decently until Anos discovered, wait, there's holy water in the lake. And holy water is toxic to demons. Figure it out.
So they're weakened.
Not just weakened, all of their abilities were completely canceled.
Yeah.
And they say they couldn't do anything because.
No, they said try. No, here's what the asshole director says: try and bring some students who aren't a waste of space. I'm like, this motherfucker. You can't blame him for saying this. This director is an asshole.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the thing: the students are horribly injured. But Misha called out the hero students on using the holy water. Says, and of course, one of them, a little shit, I forget his name. He says,
"You really are that worried about it? Maybe you should go ahead and drain the whole lake."
And Anna says, "I bet." This man goes flying up in the air and sends a giant ass fireball, Escanor style, into the lake. What the fuck? He literally pulls what Escanor did in Seven Deadly Sins, fires off a miniature sun into the lake and drains it and evaporates it. He completely evaporated it.
Whoa, Hero Gabby, there you go. No more holy water for you.
Oh, the look of shock and anger on that guy's face was priceless.
I
know. It's gonna forever drain the lakes. Like, oh, you think it's gonna take forever? Okay, but I'll do it in 1 minute.
No, he didn't even need a minute. He only needed 5 seconds.
And now, with the holy water gone, the true ass kicking begins.
Oh no, it gets worse. No, believe it or not, it got worse. Here's the thing. Basically, because so we'll fight right here in the lake, just like you wanted. And of course, the hero says, "Fuck it, fine." But no, the director says,
"No, you will face severe punishment."
Like I've never seen somebody so blatantly obvious on how much they want to cheat to win. Disgusting. Purely.
And they call us humans all holy.
Bullshit.
Yeah, you call us unholy. You bastards are the ones who's truly unholy.
Yep.
Oh, and it gets worse. From there, they're demonstrating special spells and such at this point. Anos decides to basically pull yet another flex. You'll see in a second. Point blank, Misha basically is directed to make a castle within the enemy territory. She says she only needed 3 minutes. Anos says, "Alright, I got you 3 minutes." He not only does this, but while she's been generating the castles, because apparently her specialty is in creation, while her sister is, the Witch of Destruction for a reason. But moving on.
All the creations she did in the shop were
Exactly. It's her specialty. But going on from there, basically put, the hero students try and, I'm gonna be honest, they completely fail to trap Anos with anti-demon magic. Dumbass! Why would you give this man the means to fucking shock your ass? Oh, here's what gets worse. One of the big tough hero students gets his ass completely destroyed by Sasha.
I'm Sasha Necron, the Witch of Destruction. I'll be taking you down.
1 minute later.
And now you know why they call me the Witch of Destruction. Now then, I suppose I'll have to punish you. So you're going on a timeout!
Yep.
Basically, she stole his school badge just to fuck with him. Then he basically says, "Yep, I got you now, bitch!" but he collapses due to poison. Oops. Meanwhile, Lei is taking on the little shithead of the three, who was talking a lot of shit, saying, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to leave you with all these fucking cursed holy markings so you can't heal yourself ever again. I'm going to walk all of you. Yeah, 2 minutes in, Lei completely destroys his ass and cuts his arm off.
You know what? It's one thing to talk a big game,
but
you best be ready to back it up.
Oh no, and you want to know the insulting part about this, Glory? Lei took this little shit's holy swords to prove a point and owned them with his own fucking weapons.
Oh yeah! Look at you! You was popping all that good shit a second ago, then you got kicked in your chest! You eat a dick! You eat a dick!
He literally said, have a taste of your own medicine, you little shit.
Yup, he was done. Just straight done.
I was on the floor laughing.
And meanwhile, Anos is taking on the two strongest members of the Hero Academy. One of them a girl named Zeshia, and the other one, I forget his name because he was just an arrogant shithead. I don't give a fuck.
His name is not worth mentioning.
Nah, he's really not. He's really not. I could barely remember, like, even when
I will remind you for My Hero Academia. Just know.
His arrogance made me pissed so bad.
Now here's where it gets interesting. Now, one of them attempts to play, suicide bomber on Anos, only for it to backfire. It didn't even put a scratch on him. And of course, the arrogant one of the assholes literally says,
All right, we'll do this fair and square. Let's go all out now.
Your definition of fair and square needs a little work.
Punk ass bitch.
Yep.
You want to fight fair, and yet you're going to have your partner trying to shank the other one?
And it also didn't help that there was more of her after she exploded the first time.
Of course, Anos finds out why soon enough. Misha goes in to investigate what's going on because Anos was getting contacted by, surprise, Eleanor from somewhere inside the lake, surprisingly. But the problem is, the moment Misha goes to investigate, she accidentally gets blinded by holy light, and right in the process, she got stabbed from behind.
Yeah.
Not just once or twice. Oh no!
Physically murdered the person who did it.
Yeah,
The
that
director.
was the director, Diego's bitch ass.
Yep.
So yeah,
He
Misha.
stabbed her.
It gets worse. Diego decides, you know what? Because I hate y'all demons. He tried to make all of his students commit suicide, just to kill the demon students. Like, what the fuck, dude? What is your deal? And the entire time this is going on, these students are basically there's some kind of weird evil voice being heard from the hero students' specialty spell. Yep, and of course,
didn't it affect some of the students as well?
Yes, actually, when Anos attempted to use it. Okay, I have to point out this flex. I almost forgot about this flex. Anos, just to prove a point, literally copied their spell for his own use.
Fan Union, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you, Lord Anos.
Sing, and put all your love and devotion for me into it.
At the same time, the hero students were caught basically using the same spell to gain power from all the people in their city, which was roughly 10 million. Now, you gotta admit, that's some foul shit. Anos, this is where Anos had to say, bet. He did the same thing, only with just 8. He says, 8's gonna be plenty. He uses fangirls to be useful.
You've been hit by a smooth criminal.
So yeah, look at that.
In this case.
Correction, simp girls.
What's the fucking difference? But in either case, after Anos starts owning them with their own fucking spell, and only the power of 8 versus 10 million, ouch. That's a kick to the dick if I've ever heard one. But yeah, Eleanor reveals the truth to Anos of what's going on. She's basically literally living magic somehow.
Yeah, so apparently the spell that was used to make Zacia explode was Gavoel.
Yeah, but to be fair, she actually disabled that spell temporarily. The only way to guarantee, like, here's the thing: Anos actually had to freeze time to save the students because he's not trying to kill nobody. He's trying to live his best life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be fair. The only kill he's technically committed in this life, well, I should say multiple kills technically, because yeah, the 2 idiots at the beginning and then Amelia, yeah, those are technically his only kills. Well, no, he technically did kill the God of Time. Oops.
True.
I mean, he kind of killed the God of Time. Kind of. Okay, so apparently Eleanor reveals to him that Kanon had been murdered by the people he trusted, humanity.
Betrayed.
Oops. He'd been murdered by someone he trusted, and because of this, he may not reincarnate in this current time because he probably doesn't give two shits about humans no more. Not that I would blame the man, because, well, that's kind of fucked. And the reason for its reveal... Yeah, but the reason for it was, it turns out... Remember when I mentioned that Jurga basically was someone who had a hate motive for Anos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it turns out this man was the reason why Kanon was murdered. Turns out he wanted to start another war with demonkind because of his utter hate boner for demons in general. And Kanon refused to go with it. He said, "No, we just got peace. Why you want to start another war?" And of course, Jurga says, "Well, you disappointed me," and he has him shanked. What a dick!
Some people can't let it go.
It gets worse. Jurga actually covered up the truth of what really happened. On top of that, putting the blame on demons for Kanon's death. What a dick.
Well, he had the authority to, so...
That's the thing. They only had his word to go on.
That's what's sad.
And of course, next thing you know, one event leads to another. Anos gets pissed the fuck off when he sees Misha bleeding out. Uh-oh.
Yep.
I forgot to mention this. Anos basically sees Misha bleeding out. He barely saves her life. And of course, tortures the shit out of the motherfucker responsible. Literally demonizing his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he fucking deserved it in my book, but whatever.
He did.
Now, here's a little something I might as well note as well, because this is also important, surprisingly. More important than one would think at first. So you remember how I mentioned how technically how there was some shit going on with Lei and all that earlier? Well, there's a reason for that. Turns out that Avos Del Hevia, the false demon king, he steals the holy sword that was literally designed to kill Anos, by the way.
Evans Mana?
Yes. And apparently the identity of Avos Del Hevia is dun 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 Lei Glansley. Believe it or not, here's where it gets interesting. Anos is trying to prevent war in order to protect his comrades, while Lei is trying to sacrifice himself to protect Anos. So they're literally fighting each other to protect each other. How twisted is this?
They're both just trying to end the war.
Wait, what'd you say, Sam?
It's got a good story plotline, I'm good with that. Talk about a twist.
So, and all that, well, here's the thing. Anos said, I figured you out when you bought that one necklace for this girl, for our girl Misa. I'm like, oh shit. Because apparently there's some weird tale about how if you break seashells and shit, it's like the equivalent of a wedding proposal or some shit.
Yeah, it's equivalent to that of a proposal of marriage.
And because Lei had this necklace, and most people did not realize it came as a set unless you knew the legend behind it or some shit. So Lei accidentally gave himself away. Twice. It turned into a very vicious fight. They were scrapping for a good minute. Anos literally shanked and blasted and drowned this man multiple times. Because apparently, something about him having 7 sources.
Yep. And he was destroying every last one of them.
Except one, because if he wiped out all of them, he'd be dead permanently. He wasn't trying to kill Lei, just trying to knock some sense into him. So next thing you know, Anos literally swaps their outfit, like does his whole magic thing to swap their outfits, make himself the Demon King all over again, while Lei looks like the hero, trying to save his ass. And I don't fault him for this, to be fair.
They were both trying to end the war.
Yeah, but they had really messed up ways of going about it, sort of.
Kind of.
Yeah, but then here's where it gets fucked. Even though technically Anos prevented the war, this is where it gets messed up. Diego's bitch ass is back, and he says,
He is a demon! We must kill all the demons!
Next thing you know, this man literally goes completely batshit crazy and turns into his whole giant ass demon, like not demon, but this whole giant ass image of Jurga's bitch ass.
Off.
This man's hate is just ridiculous. This man's got a
And
bigger hate boner than fucking
see.
Dio Brando. Jesus.
Yep.
This man has more hate than Julio did in Croissant.
I don't think it. No, I'm. Jesus Christ.
They set up a plot to annihilate you 2,000 years later.
It wasn't enough that the man was already dead. Oh no. He wanted to annihilate him in the future too. You know that's some out-of-pocket hate.
Damn.
Jesus Christ. You want to hold a grudge for 2,000 years for this?
Yes, me, Diego. He kind of looked like Bill Cosby on crack.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This man, like, the hate boner is strong with this man. Jesus. How you gonna sit here and have that big a grudge for 2,000 fucking... And you wanna know the worst part about this?
Who holds a grudge for that long millennium?
Ugh. And the thing is, Lei also revealed that in his past life as Kanon, right before he died, he rewrote Anos' destiny. Which is why no one remembered his name. He was trying to protect Anos from Jurga's wrath.
But it did not help anyways.
It wasn't. No, it did help. The problem was, Jurga's hatred was so strong, he still remembered Anos regardless. He underestimated... No, the one mistake that Lei made, he underestimated Jurga's utter hatred for Anos. He severely underestimated, and he paid for it dearly.
Because you know how he had the necklace on him right in the end?
Yes.
He should have won.
Yeah, but...
I think he lost his beloved to a demon, and that's where his hate was.
In Jurga's case, that's exactly what happened. He lost his wife and child, and he blamed on demonkind. He didn't just blame on one demon. Oh no, he blamed all of demonkind. He didn't give a fuck if the demon was a cinnamon roll. He wanted them all dead. That's how out of pocket this man's hatred was.
Sure, Jurgis didn't kill them himself.
Well, to be fair, we're talking about the same man who literally manipulated the law of magic just to reincarnate and kill demons whenever possible. He literally made a spell that would brainwash people into being demon killers.
Yep. The spell was called manipulated it.
Yep.
To use it to kill demons.
Exactly.
That voice, do you hear it? Kill them all.
And okay, one thing leads to another, and next thing you know, Sasha and Misha pull up and do a fusion to stop Jurga, or at least hold his sorry ass off. And I'm gonna be honest with you, even with Eleanor and everyone else lending a hand, even with the Demon Emperor's lending a hand, it was not enough. Jurga was causing all this bullshit. He actually made Zeshia clones just to blow everybody up. He didn't give a fuck how far he had to go. He said any sacrifice was necessary just to end the demons he hates so much. I'm like, dude, chill the fuck out. It's not that serious. It's been 2,000 years.
Also, I looked it up. Apparently, he had like maybe 10,000 or 1,000 Zeshia clones.
10,000.
10,000?
Yep.
Okay. Just for that reason.
Yeah, and you know what? It got to the point where Anos brought himself back from the brink because of a spell he invented recently. Yes, this man invents spells on the fly. And he invented one specifically for the purpose of if he ever needed to, he would regenerate himself at whatever point of existence where he died.
Mm-hmm.
So he planned to get stabbed in the gut again.
Yep.
And it worked. He brought himself back, and Jurgen says, "Oh, hell no! I know I beat the brakes off of your ass! I know I killed you! Why are you still here? You are my biggest nightmare!" Like, this man's bitching him. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Calm your fucking...
Hey, Jurgis, how's he here? Fuck you, that's how.
This man literally goes out of his way. Like, he said, you know what? I'm gonna kill his my own hands this time. He calls. Next, he forcefully steals power from the people who are supposed to be supporting him. He literally forcefully steals it just to get a power up.
I am now the world's order. There is no way that you can kill me.
But I'm like, Jesus Christ, this man is fucking doing the most.
Oh god, the NWO crap starts again.
Like, he pulled a fucking Zamasu.
Yeah, on crack.
But yep.
And to say the least, I'm gonna say it straight up. This, like I said, this man was just doing the most. And so next, it literally led to Lei and Anos having to work together to stop this man because he was just going overboard. He needs to be taken down several notches.
Oh yeah, overboard, batshit crazy.
Exactly my point.
All because he got consumed by hatred for demons.
Exactly. Pure hatred.
Oh shit.
That is scary because then with if you've ever seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, look at what this man did for over 2,000 years just to get at one dude who he blamed for everything that went wrong in his life. That's pretty fucked up.
Isn't that what Dio did?
Yeah, except it was only for 100 years with just one family.
Yep. This guy's going after a whole goddamn race.
Exactly. So technically, what Dio did was not as bad. I guess I could say.
They're on the same level, but not as bad as the other.
Alright, so that we discussed this entire series in full. Oh wait, that's right, one more. Here's the thing, Anos don't even hate this, so he's just like, I feel nothing but sympathy for you because you're just hating so much for no reason. So he literally has his fangirls do some more singing to boost his power.
Union!
Sir Anos!
Sing! Let that pathetic ghost listen to his own requiem!
And well, yeah, thanks to that and Lei's backup, they basically beat this man, and they finally broke the chain of hate. They finally broke this man's hatred. It took a lot, but they did it. And, of course, Sasha and Misha basically undid their fusion, and Sasha's like tsundere mode on Anos, because Anos almost literally died this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and then, of course, technically because... And of course, Anos did Eleanor a favor. Eleanor initially wanted Anos to kill her to prevent more of Jurga's bullshit from perpetuating, because, as it turns out, she was technically created from Jurga's hatred. Technically. She was a part of Jurga that still wanted peace and love. Ironically.
Mm-hmm.
So in a roundabout way, Jurga was, in a twisted way, fighting his own self at one point. She also wanted, she thought that Zesha hated her.
And if they could speak, they would never forgive me. So if I was gone, it would be alright.
Which is why she wanted Anos to kill her. Turns out, that wasn't the case. Especially when Zesha said mama.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest, that was a wholesome ass moment.
She didn't want the Zeshias to suffer anymore.
But again, thanks to that, Anos not only broke the chain, but also rewrote Eleanor's history so that she was not only human, but still a part of Anos' magic.
Yep.
There was no way to fully undo, the whole being a living magic thing, but at the very least, she's technically bonded to Anos now. So in a roundabout way, are they kind of like married or some shit? Like, I'm just trying to wrap my head around that one a little bit.
Oh god, do we even bring up the fucking scene where he introduced Eleanor to his parents and they claimed she was his wife, and then they brought up the Zeshias?
Yeah,
it's like, oh my god.
Oh, because Sasha opened her... Sasha opened her big mouth saying,
Just wait till he tells them they have 10,000 kids. They'll pass out.
oh my god.
Oh, right. So much fun.
Jesus Christ.
It's pulling your hair out.
This pretty much puts that Douglas family to shame.
Especially the one 21 and growing.
Stinger gets it.
Jesus.
Trust me, I've seen that show.
Good grief.
So many kids.
Alright, so moving on. I did warn y'all early on this was going to be a possible roast, and where do we begin? Might as well.
I tell you which one I hate the most.
Yeah, why don't we just address the elephant in the room? Or should I say hybrid in the room?
Useless, worthless, purple-haired thought of a bitch who is just literally that downright petty. Like I've said before, a much sexier prostitute would stand up at a chance in the world.
No, she's just a living incarnate of racism.
She's disgusting. It's like she has a disgusting personality.
It's like you hot until you open your stupid fucking mouth.
And fellas, it's on not smashing that thought.
I'm not even surprised she doesn't have anybody to call her own.
Yeah, not to mention, she makes it a point to constantly perpetuate the whole royal superior to hybrid bullshit. Yeah, she got what was coming to her.
Yep.
Yeah, I ain't got no sympathy for that bitch. And as for the two idiot brothers, they're just that. They're just.
Yep.
Three Stooges.
Believe it or not, I actually have more of an issue with Jurgen than I got with Amelia, and Amelia pissed me the fuck off.
Oh yeah, him. Let's address him as the second elephant in the room.
I know one character besides Dio who held that much of a grudge towards one person for that fucking long.
Yeah, one
but that's
person.
for another.
But Jurgen held 2,000 years of hatred for an entire race.
Yep.
Jesus.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, granted, Dio's shit is more insane, as in like using a steamroll on somebody, but Jurgen, chill. My guy, chill.
Jurgen, you've hating on demons for that long of millennium. I think this is why you never got any pussy. And look at Dio, he gets some.
Actually, to be fair, Jurgen had a wife and kid. That's what led to him. And then they got murdered, which technically meant that, yeah. So he was a good. He was actually a pretty chill dude once.
He was chill once, but then
he became an ass.
Yeah.
Mark.
If you're that big of an ass, just get some.
I don't. Well, we don't know for sure the circumstances, so I'm assuming it's something fucked up. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
but you go. So.
Okay, here's the one thing to note, like real quick, like with some of these characters, like you gotta admit that. Let's be fair. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I first heard about this series, by complete accident, by the way, I thought this was gonna be one of those, like, you know, borderline kind of boring isekai protagonist series because, let's be fair, OP protagonists don't usually work out well, in my honest opinion.
They don't.
Yeah.
But this arrogant or
like
Gary Sue's basically, or Mary Sue's, depending on what the gender of the protagonist is.
Yeah, like we're talking about protagonists that are usually kind of boring to write because they just stomp the shit out of everybody. And like it's either because of that or some other reasons entirely different. Like again, the cocky attitudes and such. Like I just watched this one anime recently, Isekai Cheat Magician. I'll talk about that at some point later in the future. But point blank, this is a series that actually got my attention. I'm like, you know what? I might as well watch. It's only 13 episodes, and then I'll state my opinion. This was actually kind of intriguing. I'm not gonna lie. Despite all the potential flaws this series could have had, this isn't half bad. And here's the fun part. Like, here's the sad part. The creator of the manga for this series, unfortunately died from pancreatic cancer last year. I did find that out.
So I guess he didn't have no successor to continue it?
No, the light novels are still in progress. So they're just gonna have someone else, I guess, handle the manga. I guess. I don't know. They haven't said too much about it.
That's what I was talking about.
The light novels, either way, are still being adapted. I mean, they just announced season 2 a few months ago, so.
I'm kind of curious how that's gonna turn out.
Yeah.
I will say this much: for a guy who is essentially, the Demon King, you would think like, he's this again. Let's go back to what I said earlier. This psychotic, aggressive, evil, demonic motherfucker. No, Ano says none of these things outright. The only time he ever is to anyone who actually pisses him off. He's the type of boss you would actually want to work with.
Yeah.
Like I say, that type of boss that got that swag and charisma.
Yep, and he'll make anyone want to follow him.
Yep, he's
Given
pretty
time.
chill.
Oh, and I noted one little thing from the last episode of season 1. I forgot to mention. Despite all the shit that happened, and most of the royals refusing to accept Anos as the Demon King incarnate, one of the generals actually said something that actually made too much sense.
Race. And now, all this time later, I'm not so dense that I don't see who's the fake king and who's the real king.
This is somebody who clearly has some brains, in my honest opinion. So in any case, I think it's safe to say we all have our favorite characters on this point. I'm just gonna say it straight. Misha, Isabella, and Anos. I'm calling it now with all of you.
Misha is my favorite.
Called it.
Anos, Isabella, and Eleanor.
She's fair. Okay, Misha itself is like a little bean I want to protect.
I don't blame you. Protect her. And here's the thing: Misha's specialty is in basically ice and creation magic. She is a force to be reckoned with in the future. Like, she could probably be a healer too if she wanted to be.
Yeah.
And while she doesn't always say much, what she does say usually has meaning. Tommy, you said Isabella, Anos, and Eleanor. I want to hear those reasons.
Okay, well, for the Anos one, that one should be pretty honest.
You sent
pretty obvious.
Jeez.
Yeah. Plus, he's pretty strong, and he's like, even if he is the Demon King of Tyranny, you wouldn't think as much unless he showed his ability. You would just think he's the sweetest guy ever, given how he has manners and stuff.
To be fair, he only became as strong as he is to protect those he cares about, which is pretty much everyone who works under him. He wants to protect what's his, which is highly understandable, actually.
Yep, you can respect the guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. He's one of my favorite characters too, so I can't fault that. Usually, I don't go for main characters as favorites because most of the time they're usually just one or two different molds. But Anos is a different breed in some ways, so I can actually I can respect his principles on that. To be honest. Well, let me guess. Let me guess. Isabella, because she's your puppy.
Yeah, because she's such a sweet woman. Nobody should want to hurt her just to get at Anos.
I dare say that to Amelia then.
If Amelia tries anything, I'm beating her ass. And then some.
I figured as much.
Oh, I will give her fun time in my special room.
I'm turning her ass into a pincushion if she tries anything.
Of course.
Hazard. Anos for me, like I said, someone with power and swag I can serve under.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said, Anos, Misha, and Isabella, and in this case, Eleanor as well, for the reasons y'all listed, but also because Anos is actually someone you're actually curious about, and you want to learn more about him as time goes on.
And plus that, it's as you said, Anos is one of those OP characters that was actually done correctly.
Yeah, I mean, there are some that I could argue probably done better, but let's be fair. He's just basically trying to live his best life. He's trying to live a peaceful life. And when he threatens that peaceful life, well, don't be surprised if he flexes on your sorry ass. I mean, this man probably makes Gojo for Jujutsu Kaisen look, well, I wouldn't say weak, but, actually, now that I think about it, he'd probably be best friends with that motherfucker.
As for Eleanor, I think it's because I like her personality besides, the sad truth behind her existence and stuff, and her wanting to be, put by Anos to save her children from being used by Durga. I still like her.
I mean, she's clearly very motherly.
Yep.
And technically his parents are human, but there's been hints here and there that they may have connections to his past life.
Yeah, and I got a theory about his mom. Every time I see his original mom versus his now mom,
They may be one and the same again. They've only knows that they're reincarnated, but there's no confirmation, and I'd rather not just say that without any guaranteed evidence.
exactly. But right now it's just a theory. That's why I say it's not a full-on theory. It's right now it's just.
And I'll say this much: this wasn't originally one of my favorites, but Sasha actually became a favorite after a while, and here's why. Sasha became a favorite because she actually, she kind of comes off as a bitch, but she's actually not that bad once you really get to know her.
Yeah.
She's arrogant, yes, but not, as bad as she once was. The reason she was acting like a bitch was because she was trying to make Misha hate her.
Yeah.
One thing I like about the Misfit Demon King Academy, a lot of uses of irony if you use it just right. Like how Anna's punished Amelia. Not that it wasn't deserved. But yeah, basically put, thanks to all of these shenanigans, again, I'm hoping to see more from this series with season 2. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually curious to see what happens going forward. And one of the things I've noticed from another viewer was literally the wholesome relationship between Lei and Misa. But in any case, I think it's safe to say we all enjoyed this. I feel like some of the characters need to be fleshed out a little better, honestly. But other than that, I got no issue. Originally was going to be only one season because of the whole thing with the manga artist getting cancer, basically.
Yeah.
And this was actually backed by Square Enix, which is rare because you rarely hear Square Enix backing many things outside of, their games and such, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
If nothing else, I will give the Misfit Demon King Academy this. He's like his own version of Seto Kaiba and screwing the rules. Where, they have their whole rules of, the whole rules of the demon clans of how royals are supposed to be better than hybrids, blah, blah, blah. Anos throws that rulebook out the window. Every fucking time.
Yeah.
And considering he ended up getting a technically unofficial harem with 10,000 kids, I mean, if you count the Zesha clones. Any case, any y'all got your closing statements at this point? Because, we were gonna roast the shit out of Amelia, but let's be fair, we already did that.
Oh, we roasted.
I don't know.
Let's be
fair. All I can really say is that my impressions on some characters changed
as it went on.
Yeah. In the first episode, the first impression I got off of Anos was he's a cool dude, he's chill. He doesn't really fuck with anybody like they fuck with him. And that part was true until it was revealed. It's oh shit, he's the Demon King. Reincarnated. Amelia, I still think she's a bitch. She can go fuck herself.
Shit that.
Yep. She's a thought. She's a big thought.
Yep.
I just remember who you should remind me of too.
What?
She reminded that one bitch from Rent-A-Girlfriend. Oh.
What, Mommy? What the is that what her name was, Mommy?
Yes.
Or
because let's be fair, remember, if you've seen Rent-A-Girlfriend, you know how she dogged her ex-boyfriend right in front of him and his friends.
Oh no, I didn't see it, but I know from what y'all told me about her. Yeah, she's a bitch with a capital B.
Yep.
She's a major bitch.
Yeah, and Amelia is, she might as well join the bitch club then at that point.
Yep.
Bitch, 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 bitch.
Also, don't forget about mine from fucking.
Oh, we don't talk about her for a reason.
She's a bitch.
Her name's literally bitch.
Yep.
But yeah, in closing, I do recommend watching this series or at least taking a look at it. and like I said, I have my doubts, and I am usually someone who tries to give every anime a fair chance. At the same time, if I'm not liking like bits, like liking for some reason or another, I usually have a good reason. But in this case, this was one that actually caught my attention, and I am actually glad I took the time out to watch this. So yeah. In any case, this is HazardofChaos signing off. The links to their channels and social medias will be in the description. I'd like to thank y'all for coming out to record this with me and all that. Cause I was gonna originally do this by myself, but these three wanted to jump in on this. So you can blame them for it being. This would have been probably like a 20-minute video from me on this, but nah, like they wanted in on this. I'm like, fuck it.
Of course I want to know this. You got my fucking husbando and my puppy.
No shit.
And then the bitch in there. So it's like I gotta rag on.
Going on Nisha hating on the one character I hated from that show. How can I not jump on in on that?
Fair enough. Fair enough. And
I just wanted to add Amelia's soul and harvest to my collection. A fair business arrangement if you all agree.
Yeah, but I still think it's a waste.
Potentially, unless he's planning to torture her soul for an eternity.
Then I say go for it.
I think the best way I can sum up Anos Willigo now that I think about it real quick, and I just realized this before I close this off. Anos is like a very chill, laid-back version of Yujiro fucking Hanma from Baki.
Except that's fucking ripped.
Well, to be fair, have you seen the man shirtless?
No. I wish.
You what?
Ha! Thought so.
Plus Yujiro got his son to do it.
Well, yeah, but I also have a kid, last I checked. Well, technically.
Unless you count the Zeshes, then yeah,
but
you don't have
that
no kids.
Reminds me. Oh wait, that's right. There is one picture of Anos technically shirtless, canonically. Blame the fangirls for this one. There you go.
Yes.
How did they even get that photo?
They drew
How
it.
did they even get it? Oh.
I'm not entirely sure, and I'm not sure I want to know either.
Motherfucking stalkers.
No, Real would never have guessed.
Oh my god.
And then there's because of the jokes about him having an unofficial harem thanks to his parents making all those comments. There's this picture too, but anyways, gonna close this off. Again, this is HazardofChaos signing off.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We are going to close this. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and basically hit the notification bell. Make sure if you want to see all my content. And I will put links to everyone's social medias down in the description as well. And take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming out. Now fuck off.
No, get the fuck out.